beautiful, beautiful souls. Sorry we are a couple minutes late this morning, but we are live and we are here, and that is truly what matters. How are you guys all doing, and what's going on in your world? This is Mystical Ariel here to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and make us all think. And we got a doozer of thinking today for us. So make sure you're paying attention and you're ready for this activation. Just give me a second. I'm going to do a couple of little invites here so people recognize we are live and running. I'm so sorry that I was late, but we are live now. So that's what really matters. You know? Let's get this going. Oh, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday today. Goodness gracious. That's what happens when you live off grid. You all of a sudden forget even what days it is or not or anything anymore. But welcome. Today we got a great transaction. So if you're watching this in the morning, grand risings. If you're watching this in the evening or in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you're watching this evening, good evening. And just remember, if there was any activations, grand rising American Stoner, how's it going? If there was any activations that happened during this time, and you're watching this at a different time, you're watching the repost, remember this: time is linear. The time is nothing real anyways. And no matter what we do in this energy field, it's going to happen in all the energy fields. So welcome, get yourself ready. We are going to activate ourselves today. We're going to look into the truth of our existence. And that is the beauty of all these different things. So thank you for those that have joined this morning. Grand risings. Grand risings, you eternal flames. To the real ones who have remembered, who are remembering, and who will never forget again. Take a breath with me for a moment. Why don't you? You place your heart over your heart. Will you place your hand over your heart? Just take a deep breath with me. Grand risings to those that have joined. Feel that pulse. This is not biology. This is ancient memory knocking at your door. You see, we're here today not just to talk about awakening, but to embody it, to walk it, to live it. When I first started this journey, I knew all this information. I came back with so much information, and the spirit had been through so much change. But it came into this body of cell memory. And boy, did it land in. And when it landed in, at first, I wouldn't have thought it was full of ego. But I found out it was. And I had to work hard to get to where I'm at today. I lost everything to get to where I'm at today. To integrate this body, mind, and soul. So understand when I come before you. I come before you when I teach these things. I've gone through the hard dirt myself. And as far as trauma goes, if you ever think that you meet me and she just looks like the happiest person ever, she's just so happy and kind, you'd have no idea of the fire I came from. It's beyond imagination, trust me that. Because of what I've been through, these eyes have seen and experienced more things than you can possibly know. But with that comes a great wisdom. And so I come before you not only sharing a discovery on the other side, or what we like to call the other side, but I'm here to walk in what I talk. And I'm here to say that I'm doing it too. I'm not just talking here. So welcome to this community and thank you for joining us. Please share this with anyone that you think needs to hear this morning. So we were to become the frequency that breaks assimilation from the inside. And when I recognized that that was how we broke out of this prison structure, then damn straight I went through the hard work. So I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to become popular. And I don't care if it's just one person that gets the message, because that one person creates a domino effect. I mean, look at Yeshua. Religions write the wrong thing all over the globe. He only talked to 2,000 people. Well, I know I've done that more. My first interview, when I finally came out and spoke what really I went through, instead of under a religious thumb, which the religious thumb made me a liar, made me a people pleaser. People pleasers are liars. If you ever see someone trying to be something they're not, they're a liar. And I've seen so many in my life, including I had to gaze in the mirror and see my own. And that's when I decided, fuck the wasted words. Go be what you experienced and discovered. Remove your eyes and mind from what the world's distractions is throwing at you. And recognize it's more valuable to be free than to be enslaved. So I'm not here to entertain, because I'm free. I'm here to let the ones know that are chained up that the shadows on the wall are just shadows, and you've been believing they're real. I'm glad you came, American Stoner. So let's talk about this prison, the matrix, and the first forgetting. Let's start where most of us were born into. A world engineered like a sophisticated prison matrix. An archonic system built on forgetfulness, trauma, loops, and loose harvesting to steal your essence. And I was so far in the wilderness with my friends. We were sitting there in a circle. And there was actually tension in that circle. Oh, the young ones. I love you so much, but you guys get so feisty. And that ego rises and you're afraid of the change. And so we watched. My friend was feeling like something was pulling us. And my friend looks up. She's been going through some awakening, which is amazing and beautiful. And she can see there's this cloud just swirling, like a perfect circle, just swirling like a vortex. And she can feel like her energy and essence was being pulled. And I said, move yourself. Don't sit under that. I said, come with me. And we went, stood with my bus. Well, my bus is layered with protection beyond. And she's like, whoa. I said, feel that field? And I laughed. You're safe now. But you were also safe there if you remembered the truth of your original design. I said, no. There was the young one that was being stubborn sitting there, and they sat in it instead. Consequences suck. It's like being ripped into a tornado of energy swirl. Confusion, all those kinds of things. See, when you become aware and awake and you see the simulation for what it is, you understand the prison system, then you see everything. There is nothing hidden. Trust me. You become the eye of the storm. And then now it's up to you to decide, are you going to move through the storm and get trapped and swirled within it, or are you going to be steadfast? So we are in this world. It's been designed to make us forget, designed to throw trauma loops at you, illusion harvesting. You know what I mean? The moment you start waking up, this place throws chaos at you like confetti. I know at first you were like, there was this bliss. But those ones who went really, really deep, when they first woke up, there was no real bliss. It was like, what the fuck just happened to me? There's betrayal, there's financial collapse, people turning on you, your body flaring up, even facing death's door. Everything's screaming, fall back to sleep. Go back to your old identity. Run. React. Feed the system. Feed the system. Yeah, I'm okay. And I tell you, people all the time, this isn't punishment. This is confirmation. This means you're over the target. You know, like I said, I'm the author of the Awaken series. In my book, first book, the system will do. I wrote this. A system will do everything in its power to pull you back into the illusion once you begin to remember. Am I reading a book? I'm reading from my book. Yes, I wrote it. Isn't that amazing? I've written 3 of them. I'm the author of the Awaken series. So it will use you, and it will use the closest people to you, your deepest fears, even your own body. Oh, it'll shake. This world tests your awakening more than your ignorance, just so you're aware. It wants you ignorant. So if you want peace and everything, go be in your ego and go be ignorant. When, but if you want real peace, the internal peace of knowing, the internal peace of being, the internal peace of dust in the wind, the internal peace of the eye of the storm, then go within. Because I am not something you can put on a pedestal and figure out that'll make you figure anything out. Please don't do that. See, what you see in me is you, the good and the bad. Because we can't see anything in anyone else unless it's in ourselves first. So remember that when you throw words, you were throwing them at yourself. And that's it. So let me tell you something. When I was in hospice, when my body should have died, okay, everything was against it, just shriveled and died. I mean, heck, I'm not even supposed to be walking. I can literally show you medical documents that if you looked at, you'd be like the rest of the doctors that walk in the room and are like, wait a sec, where's your wheelchair? Where's your trachea? Yeah, that damaged. It's still on MRIs, and I think it does have to prove a point. So when I was in hospice, when my body should have died, I stepped out of the avatar. I stepped out of this being, this suit, and I saw the matrix from the outside as the observer. I observed it. And then I jumped into the matrix of many realms and many dimensions and many creations and experienced several levels of it. I also saw the ship, the pod, and the truth that we are these bodies. We're the pilots. And boy, did I weep. See, a true awakening will weep because they realize what they did. And then they go deeper because they realize that the internal is the only way to fix the external. And they go deep into the wilderness. They don't go deep into a higher house with more rooms and more cars and more fancy names and more fancy titles and more fancy things to buy. And they don't want to convince anyone to do something for them. They want to be love, light, and shine as best as they can when they are publicly seen. And then they hold their tears and everything else when they walk in their safe place. Because when you're awoken, you feel everything. And an awoken one knows where the fingers point. So I don't care what comes against me. For I'm the eye of the storm. Peaceful. I don't want that up in my head. I needed to hear this. I'm glad. We all do right now. Trust me, we all do. You're welcome. Hey, Jar Jar, how's it going? You know, if we are all going through so many changes, are we not? We aren't these pilots. We are the pilot. And when I came back to this world, this world threw everything it could and left me with every loss you can imagine. In that year of return, I lost my mother. In the years of digging deep, my best friend passed away. In the years of digging deep, my own youngest son, through the gossip and through the torture of what this world will do when you walk away, especially from a church. And I didn't just walk away from a church. I was known in the Church of America and Canada, and churches still sing songs that I wrote. And you can look up this name and you're not going to find it. Why? Because you see, when I was taken as a child, I was given a different name, and then I got married in that country. And then I discovered this was my real name, and I claimed it, and I owned it. No wonder the name I was thrown at me never felt like it was. So yeah, I know trauma. In one country, they say it's the worst they've experienced in over 50 years across the whole thing. People hold my files just in case anyone ever questions it, because when I begin to even tell my story, it looks like the biggest lie you could ever imagine, because no one would imagine these things exist and happen to children and people. And they do. They happen to my mom and myself. We spent our lives being experiments. Don't be unique. I went and created myself as a unique being in here. Science says I'm not even signed like 99.99% of the rest of humanity, so that's quite different. But this world threw everything at me to remove me from the eye of the storm. And I was willing to let go and lose it all. Famous as I'm the spark behind the thought, the fire of the forge, the expander of my own consciousness, and I can't be fucked with. Y'all carry that same spark. Yes. Yes. So this world threw loss at me, homelessness at me, betrayal, attack, accidents, illnesses, but I didn't break. Oh, I had tears. I have moments of why did I choose this? What the fuck is wrong with me? Moments, I call them. Well, you got to take on a hero syndrome. What's up with you? Because the thing is, once you stand in creator perspective, you become the eye of the storm. You stop reacting. You stop giving the system your life force. Even if those say something on the other side that makes you want to, you stop. Now, do I have moments? Yeah, I did not too long ago. The other day, I was in a situation where it was urgent and I was trying to get someone to move fast and they weren't moving fast. I wasn't mad at them, but I felt an urge of frustration of being unheard. I was mad at myself for not being clear. I took a moment to take a table that was already broken and driving me nuts and totally was the cause of why everything was delayed because it fell and someone was trying to fix it instead and it chucked it. But my intention? No direction towards any single person other than myself. But that's not how it's always taken now, is it? So we got to watch. We got to understand we're going to be tested. And when we feel those feelings, we got to take that time to just stop, remove ourselves from the environment and go sit in nature and meditate, align. Because, yeah, we bite the apple sometimes, and we shouldn't. Is there going to be a new golden age of awakening? I know exactly what you mean. The Matrix wants to keep us sad to feed on our energy, right? The one thing I discovered is that through the mathematical codes, because everything's a coded system, what it would take to actually disrupt this entire system is so minuscule, it's ridiculous. And then it made me question humanity because of how simple it was. If society only 1%, not even 1%, less than 1%, was to stop, throw their phones down, turn the electronics off completely, sit in silence. I don't care if you paint in that silence, but do not speak. See, painting or drawing is creation, so do some with your hands, it's creation. But don't feed that system. And stay in silence for 1 hour. And if we all did that, I've already planned a date, December 8th, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. I've been putting it out on TikTok. I'll start putting it out on YouTube. But if we do that, and it takes less than 1%, that's not many of this world, it completely shuts the system down and a reset. It also can be done with just one scapegoat, willing to take every hit that comes and not hit back, but only ever speak and stand in love and kindness. So you become the pillar now, don't you? If you stop reacting and you stop giving the system your life force, you become a pillar now, don't you? A strong tower. Lightning striking all around you, but yet you do not move. It takes more strength to stay. In my second book, I said, when they hand you rage, hand them silence. When they hand you chaos, hand them peace. And this is how you starve the beast. This is mastery. This is spiritual adulthood. This is how you walk untouchable. Thomas says, no collective, no crash the system. How? A collective, no. The dishonest have convinced the honest that they are authority over them. It needs a collective. Nah, yeah, fucking A. It needs less than 1% or a scapegoat, just like every ancient text ever talks about. One that would be willing to be shredded in every dimension. Ascensions, as I feel my inner true self more and more every day, the body is a veil over the eternal self. Yeah. It's rising like no tomorrow, man. It's rising so much that sometimes I just want to remove myself from society altogether and just be far in the wilderness, just me and my dog. But let's weave some science into everything that I'm talking about, because real awakening is not fantasy. Let's bring that quantum physics in here. The observer collapses the waveform into matter, and reality exists in potential until your consciousness locks it in. So you're not living in a world, you're living in a projection of your state of being. And so your DNA is not a fixed script, and we got to recognize that. Your consciousness literally rewrites genes and expressions. Trauma changes DNA, healing also changes DNA, and you are rewriting the avatar through your state of consciousness. See, in the Schumann resonance and solar activity, every time humanity awakens collectively, the earth resonates, spikes, and the solar waves plasma bursts, you know? And these aren't random spaces, whether they are systems that have wide upgrades. See, nature is ascending with us, and this grid is updating. You know, it's rebooting, it's resetting. I mean, that's why you felt exhausted at times and emotional restless, and the operating system is patching itself. So let's go deeper. See, this world wasn't created by true source. The Gnostics knew that. The monad, the infinite light, never created matter. Matter was an accident, born when Sophia and the eon of wisdom sought to know the Father alone. Without her divine counterpart. And from that passionate tear in the tear in the fabric of light came the distortion. The Demiurge, the blind architect, the one who thought himself God, the one who demands worship, that created these temples and made you believe you were going to hell without worshiping and without saying a contracted prayer. See, the blind architect, the one who saw himself as God, the one who built this matrix, but Sophia turned back. She returned to the light. She birthed the Christos, the frequencies, to retrieve the lost sparks. True self, more and more. Okay. Sometimes my body vibrates when I embody deep truth. Yes. And so it must be vibrating now. Enjoy your coffee. Much love. See, Christos consciousness is the memory that you were never born here. You are not a sinner. You are not the body. You are a spark from beyond the assimilation. The crucifixion showed they can break the avatar, but not the light. Tried everything. This world tried everything. You can't break the light. No fucking way. No. The crucifixion showed they can't. The resurrection is happening inside you. You're the resurrected ones. It's happening inside you every time you remember. It's not some external thing that's going to rise and return in the clouds. You're that rising. You're those clouds. Say it. I'm Sophia's child. I'm Christos manifest. Say it with me again. I am Sophia's child. I am Christos manifest. Before every resurrection comes a darkness. Some of you have been walking through it. Oh, I know the world's testing you like crazy right now because I know I'm in it myself. The loss, the storms, the silence, the void. You thought it punishment. It was preparation. From book 3, I wrote this. You keep asking for the new, but your hands are full of the dead. Lay it down. Lay it down. Please lay it down. And before every major resurrection, there is a 3-day darkness where everything that was never you is removed. Some of you feel stripped bare right now. But hear me. Please hear me. Thanks, American Stoner. I've missed you, my moderator. See, the tomb is not a prison. It's a womb. And you're not dying, you're upgrading. American Stoner has happened to know me for a very long time, just so you all know. And he watched me while I was in hospice. He watched me even before that. He watched me after that. Got to a place where even we exchanged phone numbers. Gave him some encouragement of things to do to help change his life, and he did those things. But he knows he could tell you the change, the difference. See, the tomb is not a prison, it's a womb. And you're not dying, you're upgrading. Losing everything and seeing truth. Let me bring this home with my own life. There was a season where I had, hang on a second, Zena, you can't do that, girl. My dog, jeez, you're about to make a fire happen. You know, you can't do that. You got to move yourself away from that. You okay? My dog was just like putting her body up and a blanket up against the heater for crying out loud. So I had to go run and jump and deal with that. You can't do that. You need to snuggle under these blankets. Okay? You're creative, but that's dangerous. Yeah, sweetheart. I'm just glad you're okay because you could have gotten hurt. Sorry about that, you guys. It's been rough lately, not too long ago. Had to put my dog down and I love it. I'm so sorry, man. Oh, dogs are such beautiful creatures. They are. So there was this season of, they are heart-centered beings. You see that? My dog just about made it so that that bus could have got on fire. I didn't yell at her. Just let her know, yo, sweetheart, you can't do that. My energy lets her know I'm disappointed. She can tell. I don't need to force it out on her. My friends have seen it. I can literally go, London, and you'll be instantly. My tone changing is enough for them to know that they need to behave and change that because they don't like that. They can feel that energy and they don't like it. The energy is really strong. And when you learn what that is, you don't have to physically ever harm anything. You can just let their energy know it's enough. crossing lines, being unsafe. And it doesn't harm, it only helps grow. It's gentleness, kindness. Now, I am a type where I have had to sometimes make people move like rag dolls because then they're adamant about their anger and aggression. They really want to hurt someone. And I don't harm them, I just disarm them. And I make them walk about 20 some odd feet, unable to move. And by the time they get to their place, I don't yell or nothing. I'm calm as heck. They usually apologize. And it stops. I don't need to do much. She's even the one who got me to do live stream. Yeah, I did, bro. All right, let's get to this stuff. Whoa, sorry, I gotta put my hands down. You see that glitch? That's that electricity we're talking about. Okay, you can't do that again. I know you're sorry. I love you. You're free out of your corner if you want. You can sit there if you want to too, but you don't have to sit in your corner anymore, okay? Your timeout's over. I just want you to know that was dangerous. It was. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, okay. I love you too. All right. Thank you. You feel bad about it? No, it's okay. It's over. It was an accident. You didn't know. So, apologies. Didn't mean to interrupt this. So there was a season where I lost my health, my home, twice, fire, flood, my partner, my finances, my kids lost their dad. He passed away. My safety, my identity, my body function, and my future. At least that's what the world wanted me to believe. I had every reason to quit. I had every reason to do at that time what most would do in the circumstances, and that's exit completely. But I didn't. I didn't quit. No matter what's been thrown at me my whole life, I don't know. I just don't quit. I think my biggest fuck you is I'm going to rise. I'm going to kick this ass. I had to do 3 times in hospice before they let me go. I had to die 3 times. And then I finally got go. And I got witnesses, so you can't even argue that. So I've had every reason to quit life many times. But that's exactly when the matrix cracks. When you don't. When everything falls away, only the I am remains. That is the spark. That is the energy. That is the pure essence of what we really are. And I remember being even in that hospital, machines beeping. I remember being in a place where the body was shutting down. And doctors were even telling my own kids, we did this because I had a rare condition and they didn't want to listen. Till it was almost too late. Well, at that point, they all believed it was too late. I finally got a hold of one person I said to talk to. The doctor says, yeah, she's missing most of the pituitary gland. You can't give her these things. You're drowning her. You're killing her. She's dying because of you. And the body was shutting down, and I slipped out of this avatar. I've done that more than once. And then when I was in hospice, laying there, my body slipped out. I saw a ship, pod, the truth, where your energy and energy cannot be created nor destroyed. I saw so many lies that I bursted from the chains that held the body that I thought I was captive. And I was pure essence of energy. And in that moment, I was one with the union of mother and father and consciousness. And I realized religion was nothing but a false construct of nothing more than distraction, to do nothing more than to create obedient children, to do nothing more than to have them look and judge and see at the external, that we bypass the internal, where even the own belief structures that were built and made into a false religion literally stated the same things. But yet, we ignore it. Do you realize even in ancient texts it talked of the assimilation? It talked of being, the kingdom was within, above, so below. This is assimilation, a game, a school, a story, a test, a prison system. And once I knew that, I became untouchable. Throw whatever words you want at me. It's going on you. That's you. You are showing yourself. It's called projection. And when you get to this place, you don't wish to be anyone else. You don't even put nothing on a pedestal. Nothing goes on a pedestal. Not because I'm strong, but because I stopped believing the lie. See, the upgrade of earth and the inner mirror is nature is our teacher. And when a snake outgrows its skin, it becomes irritated, blind, uncomfortable, agitated. And that's not a sign of death, it's a sign of growth. When a seed breaks open in the soil, it looks like destruction, but it's birth. When you know what? My daughter-in-law, to be, to be, she's the mother of my grandson. Amazing woman. An amazing woman. She's one of the quiet ones. And I'm so thankful that I am where I'm at now, to be able to be in her presence. Because I didn't used to know. I thought I was an extrovert, so I didn't know how to be quiet. As I healed, I realized I was an introvert that loves solitude and literally gains energy by being alone. And I learned the value and the power of few words. So she's a powerful mom. The most perfect gift I could ever imagine for my grandson. Because I love my son, but man, sometimes he really needs to go gaze in the mirror and let that ego strip. But underneath is the lion that he is. So that's the roar I look for. And that's the one I call out. But this beautiful being, my future daughter-in-law, if things will go well, which we're going to say they will, because I know that man's going to wake up and remember his original design. But I know my grandson's being raised in the right home. Because the quiet ones know a lot. They listen. And anybody around a quiet one will feel heard. That brings tears of joy. So when your life is shaking, breaking, shifting, That's not regression. It's expansion. And the people triggering you, they are mirrors revealing unintegrated light. And what you defend in yourself is the very thing still unhealed. So don't defend yourself. For one who knows that they are the I am that I am, knows they do not need to defend. See, the system restore and the return to the I am. Right now, heaven is running a full system restore on you. Deleting malware of others' opinions, uninstalling inherited shame, wiping every failure you were never meant to carry, reforming your heart back to factory settings, I am that I am. We divine seeds are blessed to be connected through our divine nature. We are one and never alone. 100%. I enjoy being in solitude is what I mean. Clear the soul cache, right? Yeah. So you don't upgrade by clinging, you upgrade by surrendering. Let the old identity die. Let the attachment fall. And let the matrix scripts burn. The false self cannot enter the promised land. Man, I swear we should have like the shaking break matrix party out here in this desert. Just too big, like, blah. Only that we'll call it the I am that I am party. And bring your hand to the heart again for a second with me, please. Feel that pulse for a moment. Feel that ancient memory. And say this with me. I remember, I return. The pleroma is restored through this body now. You were never broken. You were never lost. Never. And you were never abandoned. Never forgotten. Rise. You were coded with purpose before the counterfeit world began. The light is already won. We are simply remembering in real time. Sophia has come home and is wearing your face. I love you. I see you. Now rise. Clear the soul cache, right? I am that I am party, right? All right, if you're in the desert and you're one of my people watching this and you know me, just freaking come up to me and say, let's plan this. We got to plan this I am that I am party. Because you know what? I don't even know who all it does and watches this. But I know every so often when I'm walking around, people go. And so I know, oh man, watching my stuff or reading my books or something. So thank you, though. Much love to you. I appreciate you all. So, oh, it's good, right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Holy cow, we've been on here for an hour, y'all. Then I get an hour break, and then I could go teach this on another platform. So don't forget, you guys, if you haven't ordered my books, please do go on Amazon and order the Awaken trilogy. It'll shake you to the core. It'll shake your matrix. It'll shake your system. It'll expand your mind. as long as you let it, because you're the one holding the book. You're the one in control of it. But it helps keep this going, And I do appreciate all you that have been buying my books, man. Thank you so much. It's amazing. I mean, I never thought in my life I'd ever start getting paid for writing. I mean, thank you. I appreciate you all so much. But yeah, I live on little out here, and I don't ever ask for much. So I'm always thankful when people, man, I don't know, I'm just thankful when people just do things like that, Go buy my stuff, or I find out they're reading my books. I'm like, no way! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I mean, if I had a box of them, I would have just given them away. It's probably why I don't have the money to keep buying tons of boxes and boxes of. I don't even have a box of my own books. Like, seriously, I need to order some, because I mean, I get them at cost, but I need to order some. So far this month, we got no breakdowns on the rig. so I'm hoping I should be able to order some. We'll see, because that'd be kind of cool. Give the town that I've been spending so many years in some books, for crying out loud. I keep giving them away as I'm going across the country. I've given them complete strangers. Anyways, much love, you guys. I appreciate you all. And make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter. You're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle cosmos. Peace and love. I need to go make some coffee. See you guys. What day is it today? Wednesday? No? Yes? We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.